All right, so today we got some really interesting and kind of weird news that no one expected and really shocked me when I first heard the headline. The USFL, United States Football League, will plan to return in spring of 2022. And for those of you that don't know, Oakland had a USFL team right in the original USFL days back in the 80s. They were called the Oakland Invaders. They wore this colorway, blue and gold, kind of that lighter blue, and they were really cool. So right as I saw this headline, I wanted to get all the details. So I did see it was pretty vague, but 8 teams at minimum will be starting. And the reason why I bring this up is because they said that they will be bringing back the team names from the 80s. So, for example, the Invaders, the LA Express could have been one. There's plenty of other ones. The Birmingham Stallions. There's a lot. So, that really intrigued me because I thought, Oakland could be getting a football team. Obviously not NFL, but USFL is pretty cool, and I thought that would be cool. So, yeah, and also to just put the Invaders aesthetic, if you will, in perspective, today, sportslogos.net, which is a very credible, respectable sports logo and uniform website, put out a list of the top USFL logos ever, and the Oakland Invaders got number 1. And for those of you that don't know, it's basically a fist holding a lightning bolt. It's pretty cool. And so I thought, wow, that's really cool. Wow, they're actually getting noticed by this big website, and yeah. Now, there is one issue that I didn't really bring up. So, although they are bringing back the old team names, supposedly, the team cities could vary. And the problem is this is a spring football league, right? So, likely during the start of baseball season, maybe just right before baseball season, but the fact of the matter is, baseball season will probably overlap with the USFL. What does that mean? Not good for Oakland because, if Oakland was even trying to get a USFL team, in which, Oakland hasn't even really made a statement about it, the council members, nothing has been really put out. What are they going to do? The reason why the Raiders left in the first place is because, they wanted a new stadium, but the issue was that they were sharing a stadium with the A's, so that doesn't really work. And second of all, there were trademarks put out today, trademarks for the team names in the league. And guess what the Invaders was? The St. Louis Invaders. So that kind of disappointed me because it's, Oakland Invaders are probably just going to be playing in St. Louis now. They kind of stole our team's name. The original Oakland Invaders were in Oakland. Nothing is for sure. It could happen. But like I said, where are the Invaders going to play? Or any, USFL Oakland team? Because the Coliseum isn't really a viable option as the A's, I guess when the A's moved out of the Coliseum, but who knows when that's going to be. And, there's not really many other options. There's, Cal Berkeley Stadium, but that's a completely different argument. So yeah, the USFL is coming back. 8 teams expected. They were kind of revived by Fox, who owns a minority equity stake in the league. And they're also going to be broadcasting games on Fox Sports. And it's pretty cool. It was kind of revived by former NFL players and former USFL players, Doug Flutie, Jim Kelly, I think, and there's been a lot of good, USFL talent. I think Steve Young played for the LA Express back in the days, and I wish the Oakland Invaders would come back, and I think in some form the Invaders will return, whether it be in St. Louis or elsewhere. I'll probably be a fan of them when the season comes around, because they were Oakland at one point, but it's a little disappointing finding out that Oakland probably won't have a team, even though they're going to bring back all the old names. But yeah, the USFL is coming back. Pretty exciting, pretty weird. All these old leagues are coming back, and some new, like the AAF, there was the XFL, and now this one. And they tend to fold these leagues, but we'll see. It'll be definitely an interesting experiment. I think it's hard to compete with the NFL. The NFL is huge, but it's an interesting experiment, for lack of a better term. So we'll see. And I just hope that Oakland or the Bay Area has some sort of involvement in it, because we had a team back in the day, right? There's been no talks about West Coast teams. None of the copyright names were in the West Coast, or even, I don't even think the west side of the Mississippi, really. It was mostly like teams in the South and teams on the East, like, New Orleans was in that trademark. Memphis was, Dallas, Houston, I think. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. If you know anything about the Oakland Invaders, go drop them in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this. And yeah, see you guys later.